Okay, so here we have it. One of the most expensive fragrances from the House of Creed. Man, I've had this bottle for many, many years now. This is Spice and Wood. I have the 250 milliliter bottle. If you're purchasing this brand new off of the Creed Boutique website, you're going to pay over $1,000. I think it's $1,125. And it's out of stock, by the way, on the Creed's website as of today when I checked it out. Nevertheless, I'm going to be telling you about this fragrance that I've had in my collection now for several years and why I love this one so much. I'm excited to give you my thoughts, so make sure to stay tuned. Now, before I begin today's episode and I give you my thoughts on Spice and Wood by Creed, this is an amazing fragrance. I've had this in my collection for many years now. But before I start, I do want to mention that if you're a fan of fragrance-related content, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell, and also give this video a thumbs up for the algorithm. It would really mean a lot to me. Now, if you're interested in purchasing Creed fragrances, you may do so, of course, at Max Aroma. I'm going to leave all of the links down below. You can get Aventus, Green Irish Tweed, Millésime Imperial, Virgin Island Water, and they have them for really, really good prices. If you want to pay full retail, of course, you're going to pay several $100s. If you want to get a significant discount, you can check out websites like Max Aroma. They're based in Long Island City. They have super fast shipping, great customer service, and the people who work there, Adam, Hamed, and everybody on the team is incredibly nice, super talented. And Hamed also has his own podcast, so I'm going to leave a link to that down below as well. Spice and Wood, you have pepper, pink pepper, orris, vetiver, cedarwood. You have some really interesting ingredients in here, and of course, as the name implies, you're going to get a lot of spice, you're going to get a lot of woods, namely pink pepper, black pepper. You're going to get cloves in here as well, and as far as the woodsy tonality is concerned, it's going to be predominantly cedarwood. In any case, I'm excited to give you my thoughts on the smell. Let's start things off with a quick look at the presentation first. Now, right in the opening of this fragrance, you are going to get this very sort of warm, spicy, festive appeal. And I think that's one of the reasons why I busted this one out for this time of the year, because it always reminds me of the colder weather. I think this is a phenomenal fragrance to wear as the weather gets cold. Royal Oud is another great one as well. And the brand of Creed, whether it's Bois de Portugal, they have some really amazing fragrances for the colder weather. Of course, their niche, so to speak, is they make great fragrances for the hot weather. Millésime Imperial, Aventus Cologne, Virgin Island Water, Himalaya, Erolfa, the list goes on and on. But Spice and Wood, this is one of the great fragrances for the cold weather. And of course, both the spices and the woods contribute to that sensation. Now, here's the thing. Some people might be piqued by the orris that is used in the heart here. So they think to themselves, oh wow, there's going to be an orris ingredient. Is it going to be floral? Is it going to be waxy? Is it going to smell like lipstick? It doesn't. What I think it does is it kind of opens up the composition. It makes it a bit more three-dimensional, as it were. So it doesn't smell as compressed, right? It opens up. It's very billowy on the skin. And every time I wear this, it's so classy, so refined, so professional. And of course, having my bottle here that I've had maybe for 7 or 8 years now, it feels wonderful knowing that this stuff still smells super fresh, it hasn't turned, and it's just gotten so much stronger as the years have gone by. But of course, you do have that peppery personality in the opening, and you do have that Jamaican pepper that's in there. And of course, it dries down to that cedarwood patchouli combination, so it's earthy. But one of the ways that I've always described cedarwood is that it smells peppery to me. So it's such an authentic counterpart to the black pepper that is in here. And the pink pepper is a bit rosy, which I think is a really nice pairing to the orris. And of course, that sort of vetiver patchouli type of a dry down. At least I think there's vetiver and patchouli, because it does smell quite green. It's so refined, so elegant, so professional, and it's a darker green vibe as compared to original vetiver, which is more of like a squeaky clean vetiver. Nevertheless, if you're looking for something super refined, very classy, dressed up, means business, highly sophisticated, a suit and tie type of a fragrance. If you want to command, the room and you want to really make your presence known, definitely check out Spice and Wood. And I hope Max Aroma carries this one. I know they have a bunch of other creeds, but I'm going to drop the link down below to the website, so definitely make sure to check it out. Let's go ahead and finish things off with my overall assessment. So first up, in terms of the uniqueness and the overall smell, super unique fragrance. With a lot of Creed fragrances, I can always compare it to something else. Like, for example, if you're talking about, something like Original Santal, Mont Blanc Individuel, or Mugler Cologne smells similar to Original Vetiver. And the Mont Blanc and the Mugler fragrance came out before the Creed did. So in this case, I kind of feel like Spice and Wood is in its own league, and it's a super unique fragrance. And the overall smell, it's a bit more daring than something like your Aventus or your Millésime Imperial, but I love it. It's still professional, very elegant, no rough edges. Longevity on this one is a solid 7 to 8 hours on skin, so it's one of the better performing Creed fragrances, and I really, really appreciate that, but it's still not beast mode per se. Projection was great. For the first hour of application, it radiated within an arm's length. It became an elbow's length scent right around hour 5.5 or 6, a skin scent right around hour 7 or 8, depending on your skin chemistry, of course. Versatility, it is masculine leaning, even though I think it's marketed as unisex. Great for dressed up scenarios, especially for the price that you're paying for this one. I think this one is great for somebody who's a little bit older and is into wearing some of the more classy, refined fragrances on the market, but nothing about this smells, dated or old school or anything like that. So I don't wish to give you that impression, even though I love fragrances like that. And this one I think is great for any time of the year. I can see somebody not wishing to wear this one in the high heat of summer, even though it still carries forth a bit of freshness with it, but I can see somebody prioritizing colder months in which to wear this. And as far as the presentation is concerned, I know it's been changed and it has like the gold foil on the, Creed insignia on the bottle, and it's a bit more elongated. This is a bit more compressed, I suppose. So I do like the more current presentation of this fragrance. My final verdict on this fragrance is, I think it's one of Creed's most expensive fragrances, right? Goes without saying. But I also think it's one of Creed's best. I think a lot of people will forego the discovery of this fragrance for the simple fact that it's so expensive, and because of the ubiquity of something like an Aventus or a Virgin Island Water, I think a lot of people are more likely to try those. Even Viking, even Absolute Aventus, those are on people's radar. This one seems to fly under the radar, but nevertheless, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please do consider supporting the channel by subscribing to it, hit the bell, give this video a thumbs up. If you have any experience with Spice and Wood, drop your comments down below. I always love the interaction. Thanks again for watching. I love you all, and we'll see you tomorrow with a new episode. Bye.